Alright. Oh wait, honey, can you do my thing?
Oh, yeah.
Alright. Let me see. English. Yeah, it's selected. Nami presents Bad End Theater. Content warning. Blood, gore, violence, strong language. Alright. See, enter settings, music. Okay, this is fine. Actually, hold on. Whatever. Welcome to Bad End Theater. On this stage, we shall be toying with fate. Let's see. You'll be making many choices, unlocking darker and darker paths, all in order to witness a lovely variety of tragic events. Sounds great. But first, allow me to explain how it works. To begin the tutorial, select whichever doll you like. I'll pick the human doll. You control the human doll. You are a friendly little guy, just minding your own business. How will you interact with the demon doll? Play nice. You try to make friends with the demon doll, but it kills you in cold blood. How ruthless. You found your very first bad ending. Now, but don't worry, the story need not end here. Let's reset the stage and try again. This time, try controlling the other doll. You control the demon. You're a fierce-looking guy, just minding your own business. How will you interact with the human doll? Play nice. You and the human doll are able to set aside your differences and become friends. Why, this isn't a bad ending at all. I should have written out this possibility, just not suited to my theater whatsoever. Now that you know how the story goes, you can set the doll's behavior in advance. As you just saw, their behaviors will automatically be set to what you chose during your last playthrough. But now you can turn either one on or off without having to replay from that doll's perspective. Yes, my theater actually doubles as a puzzle game. Now, try turning the doll's behavior on and off to see their different outcomes. Okay. Let's see, human doll. You control the human doll. You're a friendly little guy, just minding your own business. Nice. How will you interact with the demon doll? Hostile. Attack it. You both attack each other at once and die together. End of tutorial. Reset the stage. So what if we make the human doll hostile and not the demon doll? Demon. You control the demon doll. You're fiercely... Okay. How will you interact with a human doll? Play nice. You try to make friends with the human doll, but it kills you. Okay. I'm done. Do you understand how to play? Yeah, I get it. This game saves your progress automatically, so just relax and collect all the bad endings at your own pace. Now, without further ado, let's start the show. You are hero, maiden, underling, or overlord. Let's play the hero. Actually, I don't know who it matters. I might want to go... Who should I start off with, hon?
Hot pink bitch.
Alright, the overlord. You are the overlord. You live in a castle surrounded by your demon servants. It's a pretty cushy life, you think? Except for those pesky humans who keep killing members of your army. There's even a role called hero, whose whole purpose in life is to just dethrone you. What's their deal, anyway? You've actively avoided pissing off the humans in hopes they'll leave you and your army alone, but they never do. You're still new to this whole overlord thing. If you're being quite honest with yourself, you don't really understand the politics of it. But you remind yourself, everyone is just doing their best to fulfill their roles. You won't let them bait you into being the evil overlord they expect. You think you're pretty cool and mature to hold yourself to the higher standard like that. One of your underlings walks into your room, totally interrupting your thoughts about how awesome you are. They're saying something about how boring it is to stand in one place guarding the castle all the time, especially since no one ever comes here anyway. You see their point, but the way they're whining about it kind of bothers you. What do you do with this underling? them the day off. You tell them to go take a break from the stifling castle atmosphere and refreshing their dark soul. A day off should be fine every once in a while. They thank you and happily scurry off to do who knows what. You have nothing better to do today, so you decide to nap for a little while. Being the Overlord sure is great. You awaken to a huge commotion outside. A hero has shown up and started totally murdering your soldiers. What the hell, my guy? You rush out into the battlefield to confront this huge jerkwad. You curse at him and very rudely inquire his reasons for doing this. The hero yells at you, demanding you return the maiden you're holding capture. You don't know what he's talking about, but you can't forgive his actions. You do battle with the hero, but he has grown strong from cutting down your army. You are unable to defeat him. With decisive swings, he stabs and cuts you to pieces. You fall. You have failed your subjects. You spit curses weakly. You wish you'd been stronger. Maybe you were never suited to be the Overlord in the first place. The truth was, you were never that much more powerful than the demons who served you. It was the title, the control, that gave you strength. These are the thoughts as you were swallowed by darkness. Oh. Conquered Overlord end. Alright, reset the stage. Okay. Don't allow underlings a day off. So, hon, who should I play now? Just keep going with her?
Yeah. She's hot.
Alright. Let's see. Let's not allow them a day off. Tell them to get back to work. You give them a lecture about responsibility and unquestioning obedience. Your servants ought to do what they're told, whether they like it or not. They really look unhappy with you, but you're sure they'll thank you later for this. Venturing too far from the castle tends to spell death. You dismiss the underling and lie down in your nice, comfy Overlord bed. All that lecturing made you want to take a nap. You fall asleep pretty quickly. Just another one of your amazing talents as an Overlord. Okay, huge commotion. Yeah, and then it's the same ending. Okay. Reset the stage. Alright, so she only has two ends, and, well, she only has one end right now, and it's to die.
Hero.
Hero? Okay.
Yeah, maybe you can change her ending if you play the hero.
Yeah. You are the hero. You like to think of yourself as a pretty reliable and swell guy. Your life has been rather ordinary, aside from the occasional heroic adventures fighting evil monsters and whatnot. You are told a maiden from your village has been kidnapped and is likely being held captive at the nearby demon overlord's castle. Who even puts a village right next to where an entire demon army hangs out? You just don't get it. You're happy to protect the townspeople, though. You were born to play this role. You head off on your adventures to rescue the maiden, but demon soldiers block your path. You could kill them to gain an experience. Feel like a coward. Forgetting your pride, you escaped with your life. But you can't return home now. Your reputation will be ruined. You wonder how you'll ever be able to rescue that maiden all on your own, if you can't even fight some lousy demon underlings. You'll take your chances at the castle. You're a hero after all. This is your job. After a long trek, you make it to the castle's front gates. You're faced with an army of demons that all look very intimidating. There's no way to sneak past these monsters if you want to reach the Overlord. Let's ask if they'll let me in. You go up to the nearest demon and explain why you've come here. They stare you down and you feel very uncomfortable. But they seem to trust you and escort you directly to the Overlord's chambers. That was easy. The Overlord is alone. You ask about the maiden, but the Overlord doesn't seem to know what you're talking about. Was she really never here? You wonder what could have happened to her. The Overlord says she wishes she could help you, but you're the first human that's come here in forever, at least that she knows of. You think of how you probably shouldn't trust her, seeing as she's a demon and all, but you can't really prove she's lying either. You apologize for the intrusion and return home to your village. The maiden was never found. Useless hero ending. Aww.
Can I have my beep boop device?
Your beep boop device? Oh.
My phone.
Yeah. Alright. Let's reset the stage. Now let's be dutiful.
You didn't select it.
You don't have to if you're playing the character.
Oh.
Yeah. Blah 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 blah. Bravely slaughter the evil creatures. You make quick work of the vile creatures who stood in your way. You feel much stronger now. Along you trek, you make it to the castle's front gates. You are faced with an army of demons that all look very intimidating. Oops. Let's see. They can't help but notice the demon blood from earlier you haven't had a chance to wash off yet. Whoops. You have no choice but to fight the army in self-defense. Oh well, more experience points for you. Oh, oops. Okay, well I end up fighting with them anyway if I fight with them first. You make your way through the castle, fending off all the demons that stand in your way. The Overlord appears, demanding to know what the hell you're doing murdering all her soldiers. You get straight to the point and ask her where the maiden is. She feigns ignorance, a convincing act, but you won't be fooled. If the maiden isn't here, then what happened to her? You can see only one answer. The Overlord definitely captured her. In fact, it's possible she already devoured her. Thinking about that poor maiden's fate fills you with hatred. You fight the Overlord with everything you've got. You become stronger from the hordes you took down before this final battle. The Overlord is almost no match for you. You cut her to pieces. The Overlord is fallen. You sigh a breath of relief, but your job is not yet finished. You search the castle. Unfortunately, you find no sight of the maiden within its walls. It's just you expected. She must have already been devoured. You feel hollow. A great evil has been banished from this world, but what does that matter if you are too weak to save someone? You stand alone amidst the carnage and ponder what it means to be a hero. You return the Overlord's remains and wrap her head in your cape to bring back to the village. Surely your great victory will be celebrated.
Son.
Hey, welcome back, Toka.
Son.
Hun, he's not gonna come.
He's sniffing the Chinese food bag.
Son, don't eat that food, I swear to God.
Son.
Marble. Hey, psst. Marble.
He gives no shit.
Marble.
Now he gives shit.
Yeah, because I'm getting a marble. No.
Son, come here. Oh.
He doesn't want us. He wants the Chinese food.
Oh. How depressing. Okay.
Is Nick there? Yeah, Nick's here. They're in the background listening to music, so they're probably not going to hear you. Alright, reset the stage. So let's see. Who next? Maiden or Underling?
Maiden.
Maiden. Okay. Oh, so Toka said hi.
Hi.
You're a maiden. You live in a peaceful village next to a spooky demon overlord's castle. You are told that you are fated to be captured by the Overlord one day because you are a beautiful, young girl. Demon Overlords apparently love capturing those. You think of how you haven't heard of that actually happening to anyone. But maybe the demons just haven't been given the right opportunity? Who knows? You're in church. You pray to your God, asking why you have been born into this role of a maiden. You respect the divine plan and all, but you're really just curious as to what the point of it is. You are impatient. Hi, baby. He's scratching my foot now. Or rubbing my foot. Media Demon actually sounds pretty gosh darn exciting. Maybe you'd understand your role better if they were just to hurry up and capture you already. You leave a note and venture forth to find a demon just to, see what happens. Not long into your little adventure, a demon underling appears before you. It looks pretty scary. Introduce yourself. You tell the demon your name and explain that you're a maiden from the village. The demon suddenly jumps you and starts biting a lot. How painful. The plan of yours was completely stupid, you think? Why couldn't you be more patient? Why'd you go look for trouble? You aren't angry or anything, of course. This was all your fault for trusting a demon not to devour you on sight. This is your punishment for questioning your fate, I guess. Bit by bit, you're swallowed by the demon until you are no more. Oh. Consumed maiden end. Oh no. Alright,
Play the underling, see if you can make him nice.
Yeah, that's probably a good thing. Underling. You are a demon underling in service of the Overlord. You aren't particularly strong, but not particularly weak either. That's what your friends tell you. Your job is to guard the castle and keep humans away, but it's unbearable. Heroes rarely come all the way here to challenge the Overlord anyway. It's a lot of standing in one place, staring at nothing. You feel like you're going crazy if you don't get a break. Oh shit, I forgot to turn the Overlord off to not tyrants. You decide the Overlord for a day off. She gives you an earful about responsibility and unquestioning obedience. You wait for her to finish lecturing before returning to your post. What does she know about anything? Who made her the boss of everyone? You complain about the Overlord to your friends. They agree that she's kind of a snub and totally deserves to be kicked from her throne. You only wanted to vent your frustrations, but the conversation somehow turned into an assassination plot. You should probably steer this in a responsible direction. Let's overthrow her, fuck it. No, you're sick of this overlord holding you and your friends back. You agree that it's time for a change in management. Your friends suggest maybe you should be the new overlord. You like the sound of that. You announce your first act of rebellion is to take that day off like you wanted. See, after stream I'm watching, I'll start chatting chat more. Okay, that's fine. As long as you're here, it really means a lot. Your friends are not very impressed. You assure them you can't talk more about the assassination thing when you get back, which satisfies them. You sneak out of the castle to have some fun. The change of atmosphere excites you. You spend some time rolling around the grass, wild and free. As you make your way along the path to a nearby human village, you encounter a maiden. She greets you and says she has a favor to ask. You consider your options. Gobble her up, hear her out. Alright, let's hear her out. You're in a good mood today, and are rather curious about what the maiden has to say. Humans don't usually talk to you, so this is kind of exciting. You hadn't guessed it would even be possible to understand each other before now. The maiden is going on and on about some kind of destiny she's trying to fulfill. The bottom line, from what you gather, is that she wants you to take her to the Overlord. Sounds like it could be interesting. Besides, you have nothing better to do. Satisfied with your day out, you take the maiden back to the castle and present her to the Overlord. The Overlord asks where you've found the maiden, knowing full well that you left the castle when you weren't supposed to. You apologize for disobeying her, but hope the maiden is an interesting enough present that you may be forgiven. The Overlord nods and says everything's cool as long as you always listen to her from now on. You're impressed with what an easygoing boss she is. You mention how you can't believe you and your friends even considered overthrowing her. She gives you a look and you say, that was just a joke, of course. She smiles and dismisses you. You decide it's about time for a nap. A few hours of sleep, you're rudely awakened by the sounds of battle. You emerge from your room to find the hero has slaughtered many of your friends and work associates. What a jerk. Let's avenge the fallen comrades. Who does this guy think he is, coming in here and killing everyone like some maniac? What did you ever do to him? You lunge at him while he's busy diving his sword into a guard, who sometimes brought you food whenever they noticed you were feeling kinda down. You liked that guard. You wished with all your demon heart for this hero to suffer for his deeds. You bite into him, tearing flesh from bone. It tastes like iron. The hero struggles. You feel his sword go through you, but there's no pain, only retribution. More and more of your comrades pile onto him as your consciousness fades. The hero is overtaken, your army is won. You've earned your rest. Victorious underling end. Alright, let's do that same thing, but again. Okay, it's fine. Yeah, let's overthrow her. La 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 la. Right, hear her out. Alright, save yourself. You look around at the lifeless forms of those you've known as far back as you can remember. You feel glad not to be in their shoes. You also feel guilty to be thinking that as you flee the castle, until you remember your role, not as an underling, but as a demon. This kind of thing is expected of you. Maybe you'll start a new life, far away from the humans or demons, where you live peacefully, alone, in some deep, dark forest somewhere. Deserter underling. Alright, let's eat the maiden this time. Because I know we've gotten that ending for the maiden, but, let's see. Gobble her up. Maidens aren't the best meal, but you figure you should live up to your demon name and strike back against the humans. You start devouring the maiden without so much as a second thought, and feel quite proud of that. Other humans will surely praise you with curses if they were around to see. Oh man, if only someone could have been watching. Have you made your Discord server yet? No, not yet. It's still a work in progress. Man. Yep. Oh, hi, Marble. Because we had a question. Do you know if Aiden's working on the server?
Not right now.
Okay, but do you know if he has been? Okay. Okay.
We haven't talked to. We gotta talk to him and ask him again to work on it.
That's fair.
If you want to text him right now and ask him to work on it, but you're gonna need to call him, but you're streaming, so.
I'll talk to him tomorrow.
Okay.
But yeah, because we have someone else, not us, working
You
on
can
it.
invite them to the stream though.
Hmm?
You can invite them to the stream. Or not the stream, the Discord server. It's fine for people to join right now.
Is the only thing that's been working on is like
Just some other bot stuff, but all the like main shit is done. They can hang out. They just won't be moderator or anything, because they're just person.
Okay. Yeah.
It'll be a little dead for a while, but
That's the only thing. There's gonna be no one there. Let's see. Can you DM and TikTok when your Discord server's up? Yeah, it should be up
pretty soon.
Yeah. Because I'll talk to the person we're working on it with tomorrow, and we'll see where it goes from there. Let's see. But yeah, time to find an audience for your evil deeds. You wander into a nearby village. The people are screaming and running away, throwing rocks at you and whatnot. You think that's pretty rude of them. You haven't even done anything yet. Let's see. Put on a show. You attack the nearest human. He is old and weak, and his bones crunch delightfully. Your audience screams grow louder. Applause. You think, hey, this is actually pretty fun. I should have taken revenge like this sooner. Let's say, okay, thank you. I just want to know when it's up so I can do it. Yeah, I mean, technically it's like a thing. It just needs a lot of work done into it, Like bots and stuff. As you continue your bloodthirsty dance, striking the villagers down, you fail to notice a sword-wielding hero running towards you. It takes you out in one swift blow. You're just a demon underling after all. As you die, you think, that was totally worth it. The curtain closes. Performer underling end. Alright. Alright, let me see. Hear her out. Save yourself. Oh wait, what? Let's see. Oh, my PC's working. Oh no! That sucks, Toga. Just wanna play the underling. Skip. Overthrower. Skip. Wait, no, I have to gobble her up. Skip. Let's leave. You figure if people are this upset at just the sight of you, they won't fully appreciate any terrible acts you'd commit. Let's see, I had to restart it. Oh no! Okay, well, I'm glad it's kind of getting, it's fixing. Oh, so they may fight back. That probably wouldn't end well. You're just one little underling after all. This little day out has been adequately refreshing. You return to the castle thinking you'll take a nap. After a few hours of sleep, let's see, skip. And then it's just the same. Okay. And then save yourself, and then I get to do. Okay, reset the stage. Let's see. We won't be hungry, but we'll be disloyal. Let's see. Who should I play? Can I see all of, like, the little... Oh, okay. Bad end, okay. Hungry. The hero slays the overlord. She never knows what came and made it. Okay, hero.
Can you pass me my sketchbook?
Where? Oh no, I put it in the drawer with mine, I think. I'll go grab it. Give me a minute.
Okay.
Let's see. I went to the pumpkin patch today. Oh, cool. Here. Chat with the peoples. Just tuck it in there. So. Yeah, yours is in here, mine. Here you go.
Thank you. I gotta sketch out some ideas first because I have an idea, and it's gonna be a repaint of one of my old paintings, but very different. I want to make a character out of something I made that's not a human. It's,
Okay.
I gotta find the picture first. I can't find it.
But yeah, that's pretty cool. Pumpkin patch.
I'll show you.
Did you get any
You can
pumpkins?
just look over whenever.
Okay. Let's see. Hello, Nick. They said hi again.
Hey.
We got 3 bananas. Let's see the underling exact abandons and then exact so. Okay. And then we got, let's play the Overlord again. Alright, grant them today off. Let's see. So many highs for Nick. Nice. Alright. You wake up to a knock at your door. The unknown from earlier brought back some company. It's a maiden from a nearby human village. She says her role is to be captured by you. The maiden then goes on saying that she's been getting very important thinking about her impending capture, so she's come here to speed things along. You appreciate her honesty, but regret to inform her you never had any plans to capture any humans. She seems very disappointed by this. Perhaps I'm not performing my role well enough. How can I become more maiden-like? Let's see. This whole thing. What is that word? Airing? Anging? This whole thing? Okay. I don't know what that means, but alright. Also, this border looks different. Yeah, see, it went back to that. You don't really understand that question. You think this world puts way too much focus on destiny and junk. I'm saying something. Roblox. Oh gosh. Nice. You think this world puts way too much focus on destiny and junk. Just go home and stop worrying about it, you tell her. Oh, bye, son. The maiden seems to be having a hard time wrapping her head around this. She insists that she stays and talks to you more. You feel warm inside as she looks into your eyes. This is the first time a human has looked at you without contempt. You wonder what to say. Let her stay for a while. You can't bring yourself to send this maiden away. She just got here. You enjoy a nice long chat with her, sharing stories about your kind. She expresses her surprise that demons are not all what you expected them to be. You are glad that she seems to have an open mind about these things. You also bring up how you always instruct your army to avoid humans, as not to agitate them and get heroes sent after you. That explains why people in my village have been left unharmed. It's because of your orders, isn't it? We are very grateful. You're surprised to hear her thank you. You always thought of humans to be violent and unreasonable. That's why your servants are always getting killed, despite your efforts to leave them alone. But this maiden is different. You joke that maybe you've been lying to her this whole time and that you are actually super evil all along. The maiden laughs at that, saying she wouldn't mind being captive here. The people in her village are a little exhausting sometimes, she says. You can't tell if she's into you or not. Ooh, gay? Hell yeah. You notice the sounds of battle have started ringing throughout your hall castles. The maiden is getting nervous, but you assure her that it's only your underlings roughhousing, no big deal. You know it's probably a hero, but you don't want to upset the maiden by telling her that. Your army will take care of it. It isn't long before the hero bursts into your room. But he shouldn't have made it here. Why didn't they stop him? The hero just stands there, unsure of himself. He's covered in demon blood. As the maiden speaks to him, trying to explain the situation, you move past the hero and out the door. You're not thinking clearly. Seeing your servants' bodies in pieces all strewn about your castle is really taking it out of you. The hero did this? There's so much blood. Why? Did he come here for the maiden? Did he think she needed rescuing? There was no one for this hero to save here. There was never any harm meant to anyone. You were just talking to her. Why has it turned out like this? The hero started babbling in sincere apologies and excuses, realizing his wrongdoing. But you are far beyond hearing that kind of bullshit. You have had it with these humans, always murdering your servants for no reason. You can no longer hold yourself back and lash out at the hero. When you regain control, there's nothing left of the hero. The maiden has fled in terror. You are alone. Wrathful Overlord end. Alright, let's play the maiden. Let's play her, let's see, grant them day off. Let her stay. Oh wait, oops. Let's see. I'm so done with Twitch and Roblox. Oh no! Alright, let's be antisocial then. Grant them day off work. Let's see. You'd love to have all the conversations in the world with your new friends. But having a human girl there is definitely a cause for trouble. You put on your mean face and tell her to get lost, but the maiden turns out to be very stubborn. You don't want to hurt her, but you also really want her to leave in case something bad happens. This whole situation is just asking for trouble, you think. Against your better judgment, you let her hang out for a little while longer. You enjoy a nice long chat with her. She expresses surprise. Okay, I feel like this is the same thing. Yep. Let's see. By the way, TikTok me about your Twitch. Really? Nice. Thank you. I know, I haven't been streaming a lot because I got sick, the Nick got sick, and neither of us were really feeling great. So, I know I haven't been streaming in the last few days, but that's just because things got icky. Alright, let's see. We'll have the maiden be polite, and then we'll play the hero. Let's see. Yeah, maybe more. Oh, nice. I haven't checked it today. Okay. Okay. So skip. Feel like a coward. Ask it to let you in. The Overlord and the maiden seem to be in the middle of some casual conversation when you barge in. You all look at each other, surprise and confusion. There's no time to hesitate. Let's destroy the Overlord. You lunge forward, driving your blade through the evil Overlord. She screams, then falls silent. The Overlord has been slain. You smile, offering the maiden your hand. She takes it after slight hesitation. She must be surprised at how strong you are. You escort the maiden home. She's oddly quiet on the trek back to the village. She must be too shy to speak. Oh God. Arrogance. The villagers are very pleased with what a good job you've done, slaying the Overlord and saving a hostage. They throw a huge celebration in your name. You are remembered for generations as the greatest hero the village has ever seen. Triumphant hero. Alright, now let's not do that, because that was not the... Let's see, play like a coward. Let them in. Alright, ask the maiden what's going on. The maiden explains that she was never actually captured, and that she came here on her own volition. By her own volition. That was a pretty dangerous thing for her to do, but no one got hurt, so at least there's that. You ask her to return to the town with you, to reassure everyone of her safety. The Overlord allows the two of you to leave, and you casually exit the castle. You pause when you see a group of suspicious demons standing near the exit. They're talking about assassinating their Overlord. This proves to you that demons really are foul creatures. We have to tell her about this. You don't understand what the maiden is thinking. The world is better off with less demons. They're all cold, ruthless creatures that should be destroyed. And those same creatures have just noticed you eavesdropping. The maiden takes off into the castle, and you have no choice but to follow. You burst into the Overlord's room. The maiden frantically tries to communicate what you just overheard. A demon underling barges in next, calling you liars. It's followed by the group from the entrance, who shift the blame back onto the little one. Let's see. The second time I had to restart my PC. Oh no! These demons only care about themselves. How low can they be? They begin shouting at them. The whole room dissolves in a noise until the Overlord yells for everyone to shut their traps. She threatens them with violence. This Overlord is no better than her subjects. You grip your sword tightly. If you have to cut through everyone here to get this maiden to safety, you certainly will. The group of demons hiss at each other before shutting the door, leaving the runt of the litter behind. Let's see. Nothing working. Oh God. You glance around for another exit, but there isn't one. You have a terrible feeling about this. In an instant, the whole room is in flames. What kind of demonic magic is this? The underling pounds at the door, upset that it's been betrayed. You join, vowing to slay the cowardly demons on the other side. The next moment, the Overlord has taken hold of the underling. It's crying for mercy. She thrusts her claws into the underling's chest, and it lets out a horrible scream. You back away. You won't be the next target of her rage. She continues to dig and twist her claws into its limp body. You can no longer watch. You look to the maiden. She's crying, hands clasped together in prayer. To have faith in a time like this, you envy her. The two of you, the Overlord and the underling's corpse, are all consumed by the flames. Resigned hero end. Let's not have him be disloyal. Skip. Flee. Skip. Let you in. Skip. Ask the maiden. Skip. You try to make conversation with the maiden, but she's been pretty quiet since leaving the Overlord's room. Is she shy? She suddenly stops in her tracks, and you turn your head to ask what the deal is. Oh, the Overlord's castle is engulfed in flames. You can't help but feel relieved you got the maiden out of there when you did. But she suddenly takes up towards the burning castle. Panic sets in, and you follow to try to stop her. The smoke is so thick, you've already lost sight of her. What is she thinking? It's too dangerous to continue. You feel hopeless. You stand alone at the castle gates. Your body won't allow you to take another step forward. No. Going in there would be suicide. You return to the villagers and tell them there was nothing you could do. You were too late. The beta was claimed by the demons. Bystander heroed and B. Alright. Let's reset the stage. We'll play Maiden. We haven't played Maiden in a while. Okay. Skip. Shout for a hero to come save you. You yell, but a hero does not come. The demon is put off by your sudden shouting and asks you to keep it down. You apologize. They seem more confused than hostile, which just totally catches you off guard. You tell the demon your name and explain that you're maiden from the village. You tell them that you were thinking maybe you could understand your role better if you were to hurry up and get taken away by a demon already. The demon doesn't seem to have been really listening to you, which is a little irritating. They agree to take you to their master nonetheless. After a long walk to the castle, you are introduced to the Overlord. You explain why you've come, and she squints at you. It turns out she never had any plans to capture maidens, or to do anything else that would agitate the humans. You wonder for a moment if she might still be lying, but it doesn't really seem like it. Still, this doesn't make any sense to you. You've always been told that demons would one day seek you out, and something awful would happen to you. Then a hero would come to rescue you. You don't want to believe you've been lied to all along. See, I have a hoodie on and bro, I'm so hot, but I don't want to change. Oof. Change then. Or at least unzip it, like a little bit. You don't have to like completely change, but at least unzip or unbutton or whatever. It's just, maybe it's just that you haven't been maiden-like enough. You ask the Overlord what you should do to be more suitable maiden, but she doesn't seem to understand. Just go home and stop worrying about destiny so much. There's the bar again. She makes it sound so simple. This Overlord seems like the complete opposite of you. I guess it's because yours is blue and then hers is like pink. You want to learn more about her and how she thinks. You insist on staying to talk to her more. The Lord shares many more stories about demons with you, and little by little you realize they might not be the ruthless monster you were raised to believe. As it turns out, she commanded her demons to avoid towns and villages. She didn't want to risk giving the humans any excuse to send a hero out after them. You realize that must be why you'd never heard of any demons attacking your town. You express your gratitude to the Overlord on behalf of your village. She says thank you by telling the humans to stop raising. She says you could tell her thank you by telling the humans to stop raising heroes. She's tired of her servants getting killed off by them. You've always thought demons were violent and unreasonable creatures, but it seems the Overlord could say the same for humans. You may be different, but really they're just trying to live their lives the same as you. You feel like you're starting to understand things better. But maybe everything I've said was to deceive you and the other humans. What would you do if I turned out to be super evil all along? Even if she were to capture you now, you think this place is far more interesting than the way things are back home. You kind of like not being told to expect demons to come after you all the time. You feel free. Honestly, you've always kept to yourself by spending time with this overlord. You've always kept yourself, but spending time with this overlord has been very nice. You feel butterflies in your stomach. As you think that, a hero enters the room. You are surprised to see him at first, until you realize he must have been sent to retrieve you. Confused, the hero asks what's going on. You explain the situation, reassuring him that you are never in any danger. The hero expresses his relief that this whole misunderstanding hadn't led to any horrible consequences. You apologize for causing trouble, but really, didn't anyone read the note you left? Jeez. The hero asks if you'll return to the village with him to give everyone the news of your safety. The overlord allows the two of you to leave, and you give her a little wave as you exit the room. You'll be back soon. You're about halfway back to the village when you feel something is off. Unable to shake your concern, you look back over your shoulder. You stop in your tracks. The castle is engulfed with flames. Is the overlord alright? You can't return to the village like this. You have to know. You have to be sure everyone is safe. You've already taken off before the hero can even think of stopping you. You scan the fleeing demons, but the overlord isn't among them. Against your better judgment, you rush into the burning castle to find her. You quickly reach the overlord's room, but the door is shut tight. The handle is too hot to touch. You are too weak to force it open. You pound your fists against the door helplessly. What were you thinking? This is all because you'd forgotten your role. Only a hero could pull this kind of thing off. You start to cough. The smoke is too thick. You can hardly breathe. You realize you haven't got much time left now. You desperately head towards the stairs to save yourself, but the fire spread faster than you'd expected. You won't make it outside. You can't help but laugh. What a joke. A maiden saving the overlord? If you just stayed true to your role, things wouldn't have ended like this. This is exactly the kind of punishment you deserve. You let the demon fire cleanse your rotten soul. Selfless maiden NB. Alright, let's reset the stage. Alright, let's skip. Alright, gives me the day off. Ooh, wait, I needed her to be not that. She seems very frightened and screams for a hero to save her. You consider your options. Oh. When the maiden realizes you're not going to hurt her, she regains her composure. She's now starting talking to you like you're friends or something. You don't understand humans at all. You speak the same language, of course, which has always confused you. Because why is there conveniently one language in the world? If demons and humans have independent societies, why wouldn't it make sense for them to have their own language? The maiden is going on and on about some kind of destiny she's trying to fulfill. The bottom line, from what you gather, is that she wants you to take her to the overlord. Sounds like it could be interesting. Besides, you've nothing better to do. Satisfied with your day out, you take the maiden back to the castle and present her to the overlord. They seem to be getting along just fine, so you decide it's time for a nap. You don't sleep long. Your friends wake you up. Rude. One of them is stepping on you pretty hard. You ask them what their deal is. They say they're planning a whole revolution. They're gonna get rid of the current overlord and put a new ruler in place. They want to hear if you're in or out. And being a pretty lazy underling, you of course reply with, "That sounds like a lot of trouble, but how about we just skip it instead?" Your friends question your loyalty to their cause. She's actually not so bad, guys. Your friends seem pretty disappointed. They apologize to you, but before you can ask them what they're sorry about, one of them suddenly seizes you. Someone who's still loyal to the overlord really has no place in our castle. You understand, right? Their claws tighten around your neck. You don't bother to struggle. You're outnumbered. You already know how things like this end. This is a pretty messed up thing to do to a friend, you tell them. They slit your throat in response. Faithful underling end. Okay. Let's reset the stage. Play that exact scenario again. Heard yelling. Okay, let's kill the overlord. You tell them that you were just joking and clarify you were totally in it to win it. They say you were always terrible with jokes. Whether or not you actually feel like killing the Overlord, you know how bad it'd be to end up on the wrong side of things. I mean, yeah, you just died. And if this assassination deal doesn't pan out, you can always pretend you were innocent all along. But beneath your shield and faux confidence, you worry about what you're getting yourself dragged into. You follow your friends outside the castle to talk more about the plan. You're curious if they have any idea about how they want to go about this. They figured they'd just lock her in a room and set it on fire. What a stupid plan. That could go so wrong. It could go wrong in so many ways. You realize your friends are just a bunch of directionless thugs, unless without someone's guidance. Your guidance. There'd probably be casualties if you fought her head on. And while showy deaths make a revolution heckle more lot fun, it's probably the wrong way to go. Your friends agree and suggest that you play the assassin. You really didn't want it to come down to this. But you can't back down now. You'll have to be the one to assassinate the Overlord. Besides, no one has any better ideas. You and your friends just turn to notice a pair of humans have overheard your entire conversation. They take off into the castle. Are they headed to the Overlord's room? Fuck. The Overlord will kill you for sure if she found out you were conspiring to take her out. You dash into the castle after the humans. Sure enough, the maidens are already frantically telling the Overlord everything. Shout that the humans are liars. Your friends soon arrive to back you up. Except they don't. Instead, they blame the whole thing on you. They cry that it was all your idea, and that they were just going with the flow, too scared to refuse your crazy plan. You can't believe they tell the Overlord such a blatant lie. You always knew better than to trust them. You're the one who didn't have a choice here. You all shout at each other until the Overlord demands silence. Regardless of who led this conspiracy, I have no choice but to punish everyone, to keep you all in your place, crushed beneath my heel. She sounds tough, but lately all she does is sleep. You doubt her strength. You hear your traitorous friends mutter something about going back to Plan A, and suddenly the door slams shut. You're trapped in here with the Overlord and the other two humans. And then the room bursts into flames. You pound on the door, screaming curses at those who have betrayed you. The hero joins you, vowing to slay the lot of them. You wish he'd get that chance. The Overlord grabs you by the throat. You cry for mercy. You were forced into this mess. You're sure now that they would have killed you if you sided with her. But the Overlord doesn't hear your pleas. She drives her claws into your chest. At least she made it quick. Traitor underling. Alright. Oh wait, oop. My bad. Alright, hero. Bad end, so failed. Bad end. Okay. So there's a lot more in the maidens part that I'm not getting. Let's be disloyal. And a tyrant. And let's see how that is for... Actually, why don't I just play underling? Okay, skip. Let's overthrow her. Skip. Skip. Oh wait, this is just this again. Back. Log. Back. Return. Okay. Skip. Skip. Save yourself. Skip. Yeah, nope. Okay. I've played Underling. No! Skip. Okay, let's not. You tell your friends you were totally not serious about this whole thing. You're actually cool with the status quo. After all, life must be pretty dang good if the only thing you have to complain about is that you live so comfortably and there's nothing to do. The others nod but don't seem convinced. You say a coup d'etat would be more effort than it's worth. But you're still gonna be a rebel and sneak out in the castle. Your friends praise your mischievous ways. You change the atmosphere excite you. Okay, wild and free, make a wild path. She screams. Quit yelling. Okay, you already went through all those. Yeah. Boo nods. During here, it's a joke. Smiles. Okay. If you are asleep, really bad. Okay. So, and then, let's see, maniac. And it's the same thing. You bite into him. Blah, 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 blah. Okay. And then you die. Alright, let's see. Who has the least ends? Maiden. And Overlord. I could play Overlord. I haven't played Overlord in a while. Overlord tells me to go home. Antisocial. There's only one thing for Maiden. There's 3 things. Okay, you're the Overlord. Grant them the day off. Skip. Alright, tell her better go home. The maiden does what she's told and takes her leave. You figure you might as well go back to bed now. But you don't get to rest for very long. Before you know it, everything around you is being engulfed in flames. What's going on? You try to escape, but something's blocking the door. You're having trouble forcing it open. What is this? Someone didn't want you getting out. Are you being usurped? They have zero foresight. What castle will they rule if this one burns? You don't want to believe that your underlings have betrayed you, but this was no accident. Those are grateful bastards. You choke on the thick black smoke from the fire. You can't believe you're being done in by a bunch of cowards. You'll see them in hell. Burned Overlord. Okay, so I want to go back to the underling. Then skip. Hear her out. Skip. Oh, well, there's not really. Okay. Oops. Let me do the maiden. Then skip. Introduce yourself. Skip. Gilbert tells you should get lost. How rude, you just got here. Let's obey her. You don't want to cause any trouble, so you figure it's time to go home. Along the way, you encounter a hero. He's covered in demon blood. You were frightened by the sight of him and run away. You returned to the village alone. Everyone was very worried about you. Let's see. I'm cursing so much on my PC. Oh. If you've been using it a lot, you might just need to give it a break. Hey, I might need to leave my phone about to die. Yeah, no, it's all good. Make sure all your stuff's, plugged in, and if I'm not streaming, I'll see you next stream then. So they surround you with 1,000 questions and you tell them your stories. You explain that the Overlord never had any intention to harm anyone here. You notice looks of uncertainty in the crowd. People are whispering things to each other while you speak to them. You are loudly interrupted by an older man. He rudely calls you a demon sympathizer. Okay, thank you. Yeah, no problem. The crowd is growing unruly. You don't understand. You're the only one. You told them the truth. Do they not believe you? Everyone begins speculating what must have actually happened. They weave elaborate lies and ask you to prove your innocence. How could you have returned without the aid of a hero, they ask. You could not have possibly escaped the Overlord on your own without harm. You must be conspiring with the demons, trying to trick everyone into believing they aren't the horrible creatures we know them to be, so they say. Have the people of your village always been this blinded by their fears and hatred of things they've never cared to know? You wonder how you missed that before. You are seized by the crowd, and voices from all sides are calling for public execution. You are to be burned at the stake. You don't want to die. You wonder, would it have been better to hide the truth? You don't like the thought of that. You had always lived honestly, so why has this happened? Why are you being punished? You hear the dissenting voices of your family and neighbors, but they, like you, are powerless against the momentum. They can only watch as you burn, and you can only cry for them. You are so, so sorry. Executed Maiden End. Reset the stage. Okay. Hero does not need to be dutiful. Let's play the minute again. Okay. Skip. Skip. Oh. Okay. Introduce yourself. Obey her. Oh. So we run into Hero. You ask what you're doing. Don't you know the Overlord's castle is like right there? You explain everything that happened. The hero seems to think you're lying to him. He asks if you've been brainwashed by the demons. What nerve? You were very upset with this so-called hero would treat you this way and leave in a huff. You return, okay. And then is this the burned again? You've only told him the truth. Yeah, and this is just the executed maiden again. Alright. Reset the stage. So let's go to the hero's perspective. So, tyrant and antisocial. Hero. Skip. Flee like a coward. Skip. Okay, on your way to the Overlord's castle, you spot a maiden heading back towards the village. You couldn't have come from the Overlord's castle, could she? This may be the exact maiden you're currently seeking to rescue. You approach her with curiosity. You ask the maiden what she's doing. Doesn't she know the Overlord's castle is like right there? It's dangerous. The maiden explains that she spoke with the Overlord, and it turns out the demons had never had any diabolical plans to harm the village or anyone in it. She can't be trusted. Hiya! You aren't sure you should listen to this maiden. You've been taught your whole life that demons are evil. You ask if she's sure about all this, but she gets very upset to think she would lie to you. She storms off before you can say anything else. You decide to return to the village. Surely that she must have been the kidnapped maiden you were sent to rescue. Glad that took care of itself. You take your time walking home. Job well done today, you think to yourself. As you walk past the town square, you notice that the whole village is crowded around. Is that the maiden you saw earlier? She's bound by a wooden stake. The crowd is in a frenzy. Smoke begins to rise, and you stand idly by as the flames consume the maiden. She must have done something horrible to deserve that. She seemed nice, though, you think. But evil comes in all forms, you reassure yourself. You decide to call it a day and return to your house, but you can't escape this sinking feeling. Maybe you aren't cut out for this role. Is this, yeah, spectator, hero, and A. Wait, is this the same as the bystander hero? Hold on. Let me look. Triumphant, failed, useless, spectator. Spectator, bystander, and that is her bystander too. It's probably hero does nothing. The demon casts words down. So where does this go? She must have somehow. Okay, so let's do that, but believe her this time. Skip. Feel like a coward. Skip. Believe her story. You have no reason to assume she's lying to you. Even though her story is kind of hard to believe, you feel you should trust her. You tell her you're pretty surprised that everyone has been wrong about demons all along. The townspeople must be informed of this immediately. The two of you return to the village. They had all been so worried. They praise you for your bravery. But the maiden quickly sets the record straight. There was nothing she needed to be rescued from in the first place. The villagers look to you for explanation. You politely inform them that it isn't your story to tell. You merely ran into her on the way to the castle. She explains that the Overlord isn't interested in capturing maidens or anything of the sort. The villagers turn to you again in disbelief. They aren't being subtle about how little they trust this maiden's story. Yeah, it's a little misogynistic. You totally believe her, but to placate these citizens, you volunteer to speak to the demons personally, just in case. The crowd breaks into hushed whispers. You're too busy thinking about what a great and reliable hero you are hearing what they're saying. The town's elder voice breaks you out of your thoughts. He implores you to meet with the Overlord immediately, and says they'll keep an eye on the maiden until you return. You figure that sounds alright, but the mood is kind of intense for some reason. Did you miss something? You aren't sure what's going on, but you leave to get the feeling. You get the feeling it might be bad to leave the maiden on her own. But she suddenly takes off running. Oh, you thought the two of you were in this together. Your actions have continued to convince the crowd that she's obviously been a liar and a witch from the start. People are shouting at you to hunt her down, her and her demon friends down already, but that doesn't sound like a very heroic task. You can't help but feel these people are wrong. It's up to you to catch up to her and talk to the demons in order to clear up this misunderstanding. You valiantly dash off after the maiden, towards the Overlord's castle. The air becomes dark and thick as you enter deep into the demon territory. Evil miasma? No, you realize it's just normal smoke. You see the maiden ahead, but she's stopped in her tracks. The Overlord's castle engulfed in flames. You would only take an eye off the maiden for a second, but she's disappeared. You get closer to the castle, but the smoke is so thick. Now, you think of turning back. The maiden might need your help, but you can barely see. She could be impossible to find. She could have been lying to you all along. Was this a trap? Would it be worse risking your own life on that chance? Your legs feel heavy. No. Going in there would be suicide. You return to the villagers and tell them there was nothing you could do. You were too late. The maiden was claimed by the demons. Bystander hero A. Okay. Reset the stage. So, did I get A and B for the hero? So there's 2 more demon things. Okay, we'll go with trusting. Who should we go with next? Yeah, I should probably play more Maiden and Overlord. Okay, skip. Introduce yourself. Skip. Refuse to leave. You put your foot down and tell her you're not going anywhere. You still want to fulfill your destiny, even if you have to make it happen on your own. She's a little frustrated at your stubbornness, but doesn't kick you out or anything. Hooray! The Overlord shares many stories about demons with you, and little by little you realize that they might not be the ruthless monsters you were raised to believe. As it turns out, she commanded the demons to avoid the town villages. She didn't want to risk giving the humans any excuse. You realize you must express gratitude, so you can thank her. Okay, stop raising heroes. Seems the same movie for humans, maybe different. Starting to understand. Maybe everything I've said. Maybe I'm evil. Be an interesting way to things back home. Unite, you feel free. Honestly, you're always keeping sweet. Okay. Butterflies. Hero enters the room. You're surprised to see him at first, but you realize. Okay, confused. Oh god, yeah, and then that's that. Alright. Let's turn him into a heroic and dutiful one. Now let's play Maiden. Skip. Polite. Skip. Refuse to leave. Skip. But then, a hero barges into the room. His clothes are stained by a dark liquid. It's dripping from his weapon, too. You realize it must be demon blood. Something horrible has happened. The hero suddenly dashes towards the Overlord, sword drawn. Protect her. You selflessly throw yourself in front of the hero's blade, acting as a shield. It's funny, you think. You never could imagine this would be the way that you would die. The roles are all switched around, but it feels right to you somehow. You're glad your destiny turned out to be saving someone rather than being saved yourself. As your vision fades, you hope that everything turns out alright for your new friend. Sacrificial Maiden end. Alright, let's reset the stage. Now let's play the Overlord. Skip. Grant a day off. Skip. Let her stay. Skip. The maiden shouts something at you, and you turn just in time to see her throw herself between you and the hero's blade. It pierces her chest, and she falls on the floor, lifeless. Hey, welcome in, Secret Trader. Thanks for the lurk. As the pool of blood beneath her grows, so does your rage. This hero has taken everyone from you now. You lose control, and the hero is obliterated. But your hatred for the humans has not yet been sated. You go on to destroy them and become ruler of the entire world. Vengeful Overlord and A. Alright, let's reset the stage. What happens when you're the underling of the situation? Skip. Hear her out. Skip. Oh, it's just this. Okay, skip. Let's do the maiden, because there was another option. Okay, introduce yourself. Do nothing. The hero's blade pierces the Overlord, and she lets out a horrible scream. You flinch. The Overlord is slain. The hero smiles and holds out his hand to you, saying it's time to go home. His glove is drenched in blood. Hesitantly, you take his hand. The hero guides you through the castle, past the corpses of his enemies. You try to keep your eyes at your feet. There's blood everywhere. You shut your eyes, but even then, you can't escape the smells. All of this was because of you, wasn't it? You exit the castle, and the hero leads you back to the village. Everyone celebrates the hero's great triumph over the demons. You feel sick, but you take part in the festivities regardless. Complacent Maiden end. Let's reset the stage. Now we have to do this as the hero. Slaughter the things. Cut through the demons. You gather your courage. This is what must be done in order to rescue the maiden. Also, secret traitor. I like your little emotes, they're cute. These are all evil demons anyway. The world is so much safer with them gone. That's what you tell yourself while you kill one after another on your way to the Overlord's chamber. You find the maiden being held captive by the Overlord just as you suspected, but for some reason you can't sense anything sinister happening? You all look at each other in surprise and confusion. There's no time to hesitate. Destroy the Overlord. You lunge forward, driving your blade through the evil Overlord. She screams and falls silent. The Overlord has been slain. Oh, reset the stage. Hold on, are you not a martyr? Okay, oops. Slaughter, skip. Cut through demon army, skip. Destroy the Overlord. Yeah, you lunge forward to put an end to the evil Overlord, but your blade pierces the maiden instead. She has sacrificed herself to protect this demon. It takes you a moment to recover from the shock. The Overlord wails, "Why did you do that?" You're not sure if this question is directed at you. The Overlord strikes you at a vengeful rage. You parry, and she is slain. Your sword feels heavy. You look at your hands, your clothes, blood. So much blood. You look at the fallen maiden, wondering what to tell the townspeople. Why would she protect the Overlord? She must have been brainwashed by demonic magic. You pick up the Overlord's head, wrapping it in your cape, and begin your long journey back to town. You will say that you were too late. There was nothing you could do. There was nothing nothing could be done for this girl, but the Overlord was slain. There will be celebration. Loyal hero end. Okay. Let's see. We're halfway there. Nice. So, Overlord, let me see. Behavior trusting. Disloyal. So I need, let's see. Begins her story. Let's underling have his day off. Let's see. Allows maiden to stay in chat. Diplomatic. Lets the maiden and hero go. Okay, I haven't played the Overlord while having him be diplomatic. So dutiful and heroic, no. Let's have him be diplomatic. And the maiden will not make her a martyr. Okay. Skip. Grant him the day off. Skip. Let her stay for a while. Skip. Interrupted by a human in the doorway. This time it's a hero. He was apparently searching for the maiden, who was rumored to have been captured by your kind. Captured? Not at all. I only wanted to meet with the Overlord. Did anyone read the note left behind? After everything was explained, the hero expressed his relief that this whole misunderstanding hadn't led to any horrible consequences. The maiden apologizes for causing trouble, and the hero asks her to return to the village with him. Confusing feelings well up inside your heart. You're surprised that you had one of those to begin with. You don't want the hero to take this maiden away from you. Keep her here. The maiden comes here to be captured by you, didn't she? You'll grant her wish. You tell the hero you won't let him take you home. Take her home. The maiden assures you she'll be back, but you don't budge. The hero is cautious now. If you won't let her go, maybe you demons are evil after all, and if you are, I'll be forced to vanquish you. You have no choice, you destroy the hero before he can steal your maiden away. You're frightened, you don't understand why. Didn't she say she prefers this place to her village? Now she doesn't have to leave. You take a step toward the maiden as she backs herself into a corner. You don't understand. She wanted to stay here with you. The hero was trying to get in the way of that. You had to kill him. You'll be sure to keep this maiden very safe from now on. Yandere. Selfish Overlord N. Alright, let's let her go this time. Alright, grant the day work. Let her stay for a while. Alright, let them go. You're certain that she'll spend more time with you. You just have to trust in that, you decide. With the hero and maiden gone, you plop down into your comfort and your luxurious Overlord bed. Your room feels so empty now. Is this loneliness? You hope your new friend will be back soon. You close your eyes for a while, until your door slams shut. Before you know it, everything around you is being... Yeah, and then this is the burned. Alright, let's do possessive. For the maiden. Introduce self. Okay, but the Overlord objects to the hero's suggestion. You tell her you plan on returning soon, but she isn't having it. You feel nervous, but the hero puts on a brave face for you. If you won't let her go, maybe you demons are evil after all. And if you are, I'll be forced to vanquish you. You leave me no choice. The Overlord suddenly jumps at the hero. She tears into him with her claws. You want to cry out, but the scream catches in your throat. You watch, because you can't look away. Had she really been lying to you all along? You wonder, is this your punishment for questioning the divine plan? The Overlord approaches you now. You back yourself into a corner. Her expression is complicated. Being captured by the Overlord in a horrible way like this was your destiny all along. She vows to keep you very safe from now on. You're afraid to find out what that means, but there's no one left to save you. You belong to the Overlord now. Captured maiden, end day, exit theater. Okay. Now, let's... Oops. Not do that. Let's do possessive. Not these. And then hero. You are the hero. Flee like a coward. Ask would let you in. Wait, what? Wait, but what happened? Hold on. Feel like a coward. Ask it to let you in. Okay. What the heck? I guess I'll kill you guys. Kill them. Kill them. Oh, you're hungry. You, my friend, are not supposed to do that. Let's skip. Like a coward, skip. Ask what they went, skip. Okay. Ask the maiden what's going on. The maiden explains that she was never... Okay, yeah. But the Overlord rejects this. The maiden tries to tell you that she'll come right back, but the Overlord refuses to hear it. The maiden seems nervous. As a hero, it's your job to mediate situations like these. You tell the Overlord that if she doesn't let the two of you go, you'll have to assume she's evil and be forced to vanquish her. You let me know their choice. The Overlord pauses before suddenly jumping you. You are helpless as she disembowels you with her claws. How horrible. You come all this way only to be met with this cruel fate. You should have destroyed these evil creatures while you had the chance. Your dying wish is for the maiden to somehow make it out of this alive. Naive hero end. Okay, reset the stage. Skip. Okay, let's kill him. Skip. Kill. Okay. As we know what's going on. She explains that she came here on her own and was never in any danger. She hesitantly asks why you're covered in blood. You don't know how to respond. The Overlord moves past you and out the door. She sees the army and to see her army in lifeless, bloody piles. She's wailing. It's horrible. This is your chance, hero. Yeah, stab the hero. You lunge forward, driving your blade through the evil Overlord. She screams and falls silent. The Overlord has been slain. You smile, offering your... Okay. Reset the stage. So let me not do that. Let me kill, ask, and then this is all a big misunderstanding. You hope she'll let this whole thing slide if you could just explain yourself. You really try, but the Overlord is inconsolable. She tears you apart and the maiden watches in silence. As you die, you can't help but think you probably deserve this. Tragic hero end. Reset the stage. Alright. So... I have... Diplomatic. Okay. Let me see. No, let's do diplomatic, trusting, polite, and then we'll do possessive for you. So then we'll play as an underling. You are a demon underling in service to the Overlord. Skip. Hear her out. Skip. Alright, let's go kill the Overlord. You sneak to the Overlord's room, but there's a couple humans there. You watch the scene unfold. You aren't sure why, but the Overlord suddenly cuts down the hero. She approaches the maiden you brought to her earlier. With the Overlord distracted, you figure this is a good chance as any. You launch a sneak attack, getting her right in the back. She flinches, giving you enough of advantage to take her down. You rip the Overlord apart until she stops moving. That was messier than you would have liked. The maiden mutters something from the corner. Thank you for saving me. It wasn't your intention, but it sounds like you did something heroic. You tell the maiden to go home. This place is dangerous. She follows your advice and leaves the castle. Your castle. You are the new Overlord. Heroic underling end. Reset the stage. Right, disloyal. Alright, skip. Choose yourself, skip. Let's see. But the Overlord stops, or rather someone has stopped her. Whatever held back your scream doesn't stop you this time. The Overlord is being ripped to shreds by one of her demon underlings. You think you recognize them, but it's hard to tell with all the blood. Everyone stopped moving now. The room is silent, save for the underlings heavily breathing. You thank them for what they've done, even though it was awful. You feel you've been rescued from a terrible fate. They look at you, confused for a moment, then puff out their chest. You should probably go home. This place is dangerous. You follow their advice to make your way out of the castle. You decide never to leave home again for the rest of your life. Escaped maiden and B. Reset the stage. Alright, now let's do the Overlord. Skip. Grant them the day off. Skip. Let her stay for a while. Skip. Keep her here. Skip. Something sharp pierces your back. The hero? No, he's already... It's one of your underlings. The maiden screams. The servant tackles you, tearing you apart with their claws. You struggle to retaliate. They've done too much damage. You can barely move now. Your blood is everywhere. You can't believe this has happened to you. Why has this happened to you? You've been slain by our old underling. Betrayed Overlord and B. Okay. It's almost that's more than half of the endings now. Let's see, Overlord. What can I do for you? Overlord awakens. Because I somehow... Bad ending. The Overlord is locked in a room and set ablaze. Hero trusting... Which was this? Okay. So, Overlord begins, lets Underling have the day off, allows maiden to stay in chat, diplomatic, heroic. Okay. So, Underling, okay. It's diplomatic and heroic. And, let's see. Martyr. Diplomatic, heroic, okay. So, have day off, stay in chat. Okay. Okay, skip. Grant her a day off. Skip. Let her stay. Skip. Okay, he suddenly strikes, cutting through you with his blade. He didn't even hesitate. Oh, you've gone soft. How could you have let your guard down like that? How unfair. After all you've done to avoid this outcome, you cannot run your destiny. The hero always slays the overlord. You should have never trusted the human. You watch as the hero squirts the maiden out of your castle. Captured by a demon. At least she got what she came here for. You join your army in eternal slumber. Slain overlord end. Okay, cool. So that was the other one. Yep, that right here. The overlord is stabbed in the back by the hero. I'm missing one from the little this bitch. Okay. So Tyrant, Hungry, Awakens. Okay. Tyrant. You're awakened by one of your underlings. They've brought you a hero who inquired about a missing maiden. You tell him you don't know anything. The humans never really visit this place. You believe he believes you and goes home to your surprise. You figured he might try to fight you, but you're glad to get back to your nap instead. Until you wake up to find something completely unexpected. One of your underlings tear your throat out. You try to struggle, but you can't. But you can tell you're already mortally wounded. What have you done to deserve this kind of ending? You curse at them, choking on your own blood. You die wondering if you could have done anything to prevent this. Assassinated Overlord. Okay. Underling. I have to get that ending for the underling too. Let's see. Okay, yeah. So, Tyrant, Disloyal, Hungry, Returns, and then Disloyal. Skip. Yeah, let's overthrow her. Eat you. Bye. They're very eager to talk to you about the whole kill the Overlord plan. You admit you haven't given it much thought and only just now remembered it was a thing. You're frightened to question your loyalty to their cause. Okay, let's kill the Overlord. You tell them you were just joking and clarifying that you were totally in it to win it. They say you're always terrible jokes. Whether or not you actually feel like killing the Overlord, you know how bad it would be to end up on the wrong side of things. Okay. Okay, beneath her, They figure they just lock her in a room and set on fire. That could go wrong. You realize your friends. Okay, your guidance. So assassinate. You sneak into their overlord's room. She's taking a nap like usual. This is almost too easy. You silently approach your master. She looks so peaceful. Time to die. You figured the cleanest way to do this would be to dig your claws into her throat. So you do just that. She wakes, but not in time to stop you. You watch as she chokes on her blood, cursing you before finally expiring. That felt terrible. You remind yourself it was either her or you, and you aren't about to let yourself get killed by anyone. You leave the room to find your friends waiting just outside. They look pleased. Only now do you realize they must have planned to use you like this from the beginning. You are the new ruler of the castle. Your subjects bow before you. You live in fear that one day they will one day betray you as you have betrayed your overlord. Lord Enderling B. Cool. Reset the stage. Let's do that, except chicken out. Let's overthrow her. Oh wait, shit. Didn't mean to do that. Back. Eat. Change mind. Let's kill her. Chicken out. You don't want to kill her. You just can't go through with it. You turn to leave the room, but you find your friends blocking the exit. In a panicked whisper, you ask them to let you out. This seems to have been their way to testing your loyalty. You tell them this is pretty fucked up, and you ask to be let out. The Overlord stirs in bed. While your head is turned, the demon shut the door. You scramble into the Overlord's closet to hide before she wakes up and sees you. There's nothing you could possibly say to explain this and survive. You're trembling. You can't believe those assholes would bully you like this. You feel like crying. Lights flicker at your feet. It doesn't take you too long to realize they'd set the room on fire. You hear the Overlord trying to get the door open to no avail. You're both trapped. Too afraid to move, you resign yourself to your fate. You and the Overlord burn together. Cowardly underling ending. So that's... I almost got all the underling endings. So that gets that. Okay, so... Story. Granted the day off. So not... Okay. So, spares... Let's see, disloyal, antisocial, obedient, trusting. Social, obedient, trusting. Polite, obedient, and antisocial, and trusting. Let's not be. And then, let's see, disloyal. I want to be disloyal once. Let's play skip, disloyal, skip. Hear her out. Skip. Let's see. You and your friends turn to notice the maiden from earlier and overheard your entire conversation. It'd be bad for you if the Overlord had found out about this. Let's see. Toss her in the dungeon. You and your friends seize the maiden and bring her to the dungeon under the castle. It's empty, save for some decorative skulls. They're only there to make it feel more spooky. The maiden is very upset. You leave her in this cell to continue scheming with your friends. But now a hero has arrived at your front gates. He's asking about a maiden, perhaps the very one you just locked up. The gatekeeper, who must have seen everything, tells the hero exactly what happened. What an idiot, you think. Why give the hero an excuse to start slaughtering us? The hero yells, "Prepare to face justice," and other such cliche hero lines before driving his sword into the gatekeeper's torso. You're small compared to a lot of your friends, so you're able to slip away without getting cut up by that sword. You get to thinking, if this hero took down the Overlord for you, everything might actually work out in your favor. You wait for things to die down outside before poking your head out. You spot the Overlord and hero locked in battle. They've worn each other down, making this very easy for you. Once an opening presents itself, you hit the back of the hero's head, knocking him out. What are you doing? Couldn't you tell this was a duel? You don't respond. You have to carry out the assassination. You tackle her and rip her to shreds with your claws until she stops moving. You finish off the hero next. You can't let him revive and come back after you later. Kind of a cheap victory, but it doesn't make any difference. Anyone who manages to survive comes crawling out of their hiding places. You are the new ruler of this castle. Your subjects bow before you. You live in fear that they will one day betray you as you have betrayed your overlord. Underling Lord... let's see, reset the stage. Okay. Ah, shit. Menu. Okay, let me go back. Skip. Let's overthrow her. Skip. Hear her out. Skip. Disloyal. Skip. Let's see. Use the maiden for killing practice. Let's see. This is just the way it has to be, you declare, before jumping at her and clawing her guts out. It turns out you're already an expert at ending lives. Your friends called you a show-off. You go back to the castle and wash off the icky human blood. As you're finishing up, you hear the sounds of battle outside. A hero has come, seeking the dead maiden. Must have made him pretty angry. You get to thinking, if this hero took out, yeah, so... Yeah, and then we've already seen this one. Reset the stage. Okay. Let me see what endings I've got for the underling. I almost got all of them. So, Dia begins story. Granted day off. Made in the castle. Disloyal. Antisocial. Obedient. Trusting. Skip. Hear her out. Skip. Okay. Skip. Toss her in the dungeon. Oh. Let's see the maiden's point of view then. Skip. Choose yourself, skip. Obey. Skip. Let's see. He's very surprised that demons don't seem to be as malicious as you were raised to believe. The two of you return to the village, helping to communicate to everyone. They've all been so worried and were very glad your hero brought you back. You quickly set the record straight. You weren't rescued because there was nothing to be rescued from in the first place. The villagers seemed confused. Ran on you. You explained how you met the Overlord and that she's not actually interested in capturing maidens and other mean things like that. The villagers look again at the hero for confirmation. You feel a little miffed that they seem to prefer his words over yours, but you don't say anything about it. The hero proclaims you believe. Okay. You're shocked that everyone's this hesitant to believe you. Does the hero trust you? You aren't even sure anymore. An old man implores the hero to go speak with the Overlord immediately. He says you should be held prisoner and considered dangerous until the hero returns. Much to disbelief, the crowd agrees with him. Because of course, if you were conspiring with the demons, they can't afford to let their guards down. The whole village would be slaughtered by monsters. The hero doesn't say anything. You'll be tied up and tossed into a cell at this rate. But if you're going to be held captive by anyone, it's going to be the Overlord, not your fellow countrymen. Let's see. Leave on your own. You could prove yourself without anyone's help. You make a run for the Overlord's castle, leaving the hero behind. A suspicious group of demons stand just outside the entrance. They're talking about assassinating the Overlord. They immediately notice you overheard them and decide to lock you up in the dungeon before you can cause any trouble. You cry out, but the demons ignore your protests. You can't believe you escaped possibly being thrown into a cell back at your village, only to be tossed in this awful place. This is terrible. Who's going to keep those demons from harming the Overlord? You hope she can fend for herself. You sure can't. You can hear the sounds of battle echoing through the halls outside. Did the hero follow you? If he's out there, your cries don't reach him. After a while, the violence seems to die down. It's impossible to tell what's happened. You continue to wait, but no one comes for you. Unable to escape, you rot in that cell. Imprisoned maiden end. Okay. Let's reset the stage. Let's make this guy. Skip. Introduce yourself. Skip. Obey. Skip. Leave on your own. Skip. Immediately notice you overheard them. The underling you recognized from before is the first to do something about it. This is just the way it has to be. They suddenly attack you. In that moment, you regret having ever trusted the demons. You die instantly. Slaughtered maiden. Yeah, okay. That's what...
Can you pass me the gauges? One of my bands fell off.
What gauges where?
Right behind the beds.
These?
Yeah. Oh, what size are these?
I don't know.
Oh, wrong size. The tack of them. Yeah.
I'm just gonna give you that whole thing.
Put that back really.
Okay. Skip. Introduce. Skip. Obey. Skip. Alright, let's grab him with me. Grab the hero and run. You boldly announce that you'll accompany the hero to prove yourself. You'd rather risk what's out there instead of staying in the village that doesn't trust you. No one seems to know how to react. You grab the hero by the wrist and take off before anyone stops you. Near the castle's entrance, you spy a group of suspicious demons congregating. They're talking about assassinating the Overlord. You have to warn her. But the hero shakes his head. He says that if this is the true nature of demons, the world is better off with less of them. That isn't right, you think. What kind of hero passes up the chance to save a life? The demons have taken notice to you. It's now or never. You take off into the castle, and the unreliable hero follows shortly after. You burst into the Overlord's room, all your words spilling out at once. You should probably slow down, but there's no time. The Overlord seems to have followed your frantic explanation, but clearly doesn't understand the urgency of the situation. The underling you recognized from before barges in, calling you a liar. You're surprised they were part in this evil plot. They seem so nice. The other demons come in right after them, saying the whole thing was the first underling's idea. Everyone's shouting at each other now. It's really stressing you out. You are relieved when the Overlord demands silence. She threatens them with violence, and you think she is very Overlord-like in this moment. The group of demons hiss to each other before shutting the door, leaving the little one behind. You watch as it pounds on the door in distress. Have they locked you all in? You have a bad feeling about this, and thinking that must have jinxed it, because now the room is engulfed in flames. If you had only ignored those demons before, you and the hero wouldn't have stumbled into this situation. If you had just pretended not to hear them, if you left as if you were told, only the Overlord would have been killed. But you couldn't have done that. That path isn't an option for you. You think that no matter what, you'll always strive for the path where everyone survives. It must exist. It simply must. The Overlord seizes her underling. They beg for their life. You pray. You don't know what else to do, so you just pray. The Overlord's claws pierce the underling's chest. They scream an awful scream. She digs and twists her claws into the poor thing while you continue to pray. But there's no saving any of you now. You, the Overlord, the hero, and the underling's corpse are consumed by the flames. Devout maiden end. Alright, let's see here. I must have all the maiden ones, all the underling ones. So which one is this one? I have to get a new one for the fucking thing. Let's see. You have one left. You have one left. They all have one left, except this one. Okay, so it's hero, antisocial, flees, obedient, trusting. So antisocial, obedient, disloyal, and captor. Obedient, disloyal, antisocial. Okay. Disloyal and captor. Okay. Skip. Feel like a coward. Skip. Believe her story. You have no reason to assume she's lying. Okay. You reach the gates. You ask the demons if they've seen the maiden. They have. They inform you she's being held in the dungeon at the moment. You trust them, and in return, they lock her up. Oh, she trusts them, and in return, they lock her up. So demons are truly evil beings after all. You demand they take you to her, but they do not let you pass. You should have expected as much from these unreasonable creatures. You know what you must do. You thrust your blade through the demon before you, and rush the castle alone. You're the only one who can save the maiden now. What the fuck are you doing, killing all my soldiers? The Overlord is angry. You vowed to exterminate her and all of demonkind. You clash again and again, but the Overlord isn't going down easily. You were both dangerously low in health when everything goes black. Your quest has come to an abrupt end. Unlucky hero. End. Okay, so that was this one. Let's see. So, hero, so antisocial, obedient, trusting, resolute, disloyal. So antisocial, obedient, resolute. Disloyal, so obedient, resolute, antisocial, disloyal. Okay. Skip. Flee like a coward. Skip. Believe her story. Skip. As you stand there not sure what to do, the maiden announces that she is going to prove her story to the village. She drags you along with her. She has much better odds with you around, so you don't object. Adventure awaits. When you make it to the castle, you spy a group of suspicious demons hanging around near the entrance, and you can't help but overhear their conversation. They're talking about assassinating their overlord. This proves to you that demons really are foul creatures. We have to tell her about this. You don't understand what this maiden is thinking. The world is better off with less demons. They're all cold, ruthless creatures that should be destroyed. And those same creatures have just noticed eavesdropping. The maiden takes off into the castle, and you have no choice but to follow. You burst into the overlord's room. The maiden frantically tries to communicate what you've just overheard. The demon underling barges in next, calling you liars. It's followed by the group from the entrance who shift the blame back onto the little one. These demons only care about themselves. Hello. Okay, blah, 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 blah. Did I get the last ending for the hero? No. So what do I need? Something from her. Something from her. Something from her. So I need, let's see, disloyal. So let's see. Okay, day off. Which path should I do? Trusting, resolute. Disloyal. Okay, so I go down this way. Let's see. I think I'll just do the one kind of straight down. So day off, antisocial, obedient, let hero go, trusting, resolute, and disloyal. So trusting, resolute, disloyal, and obedient. Let's see. Obedient, resolute, trusting, disloyal. Okay. Then there's something I need from you. So begins her story. Let's day off. So until we have day off. Antisocial. Okay, let me see. Skip. Grants day off. Antisocial. The maiden suddenly bursts into your room, accompanied by a hero. She's trying to frantically communicate something to you, but you're still half asleep. They tell you a group of demons is after you, after your life. You still don't grasp the urgency of the situation. One of your underlings barges in next, shouting that the humans are liars. They're followed by another group of demons, crying that everything was the first underling's plan. Everyone is shouting at each other now, and it's very annoying. You yell for all of them to shut their traps. You've no doubt that your servants would let their ambition cloud their judgment and lead them to try to take your throne. Regardless of who led this conspiracy, I have no choice but to punish everyone to keep you all in your place, crushed beneath my heel. Saying that made you feel very overlord-like. You aren't sure if you have the strength to back it up, though. Lately, all you do is sleep. The group of demons start muttering something about going back to Plan A, and suddenly slam the door shut. You, the maiden, the hero, and one of your underlings are trapped inside. In an instant, the whole room is in flames. The underling pounds on the door, cursing at their friends for betraying them. The hero pounds on the door as well, vowing to slay the cowardly demons on the other side. So this is how you'll die, burned alive in your own room by those you thought you could trust. You should have expected this from a bunch of idiot demons, though. You notice the maiden's crying. Why does she have to die over something that has nothing to do with her? Perhaps she was cursed from the moment she spoke to you. You wonder if you're cursed as well. You're so filled with anger and frustration, you don't even notice that you're grabbing the underling of the traitors, everything blame. Yeah. They cry for mercy, saying that they were dragged into this plot knowing they'd be killed if they took your side. They cry that they didn't want to have to kill you. You almost feel sorry for them. Forgive them. You release the underling. Killing them wouldn't make you feel any better. Besides, they've already gotten their punishment. You'll all burn together. Overlord true end. Ooh. Before you're taken back to the reset, the story once more, again, you pause for a moment. True end? You say to yourself. What was the point of all my effort if the story is the true ending is that terrible? You must have forgotten where you were. This is the bad end theater. Is the pain setting in? Oh, but you should have been well aware of what you'd be shown when you were entering this place. That's a problem I've seen quite often. At some point, you grew attached to my little cast. You started to relate to their flaws, their plights. You started wishing for their happiness. But you aren't going to find that here in my theater, my lovingly crafted labyrinth of suffering. Anyway, I hope you're pardon the interruption. You're making great progress. The choice to continue on the next ending is always yours. I'll leave you to it, dear guest. Reset the stage. Let's go. Puppet Master. So now I have Overlord True End. Okay, so killing them was the other end. Okay, so skip. Grab the day off. Skip. Antisocial. Skip. Take retribution. You pierce their chest with your claws. They scream. The hero backs away. He's wanting to not interfere. They've stopped moving, but you keep digging and twisting your claws into them. It doesn't make you feel any better. The underling's corpse burns along with you and the two humans. And that's all the endings for that. Spiteful Overlord End. A letter flutters down from beyond the curtain. You found lost letter number 4. Nice. So we'll just do merciful. Oh, so we'll just spare the little demon guy. Okay, because we're all missing one ending. So, flee, diplomatic, everything's fine, disloyal. Okay, so, diplomatic, disloyal. Okay, so this guy is disloyal and that's all that matters. And also merciful at the very end. Skip, flee. Skip. Trusting. Skip. Is she going to kill it as a retribution? It continues to cry and make excuses, but the Overlord does nothing. To your surprise, she lets it go. Are demons capable of mercy? You guess it doesn't matter now. You'll all burn together. Hero's true end. No matter the perspective, the true ending remains the same. That's what makes it true. You couldn't resist seeing it for yourself, though, could you? I wonder what will happen when you collect them all. Will you give in to despair? Or... A letter flutters down from beyond the curtain. You found lost letter number 1. Alright. Let's see. Maiden. So we need... Antisocial, obedient, trusting, resolute, disloyal. Okay. So antisocial and disloyal and merciful. Antisocial, merciful, disloyal, trusting. And put diplomatic on too. Okay. Skip. Polite. Skip. Obedient. Skip. Grab the hero and run. Skip. The Overlord spares the underling. Let's see. Hey, back but on my PC. Oh, nice. We're probably gonna wrap it up here in a few minutes, actually. Getting the very last of the endings. You feel relieved, but does it make any difference? Will you all burn together? Maiden's true end. A letter flutters down from beyond the curtain. You found lost letter number 2. It can't end like this. You want to answer the maiden's prayers. You've decided to find a way to save everyone, but retracting the path you've seen so far, there doesn't seem to be any room to avoid a bad ending. Is there really nothing you can do to keep them all from getting killed in the end? If there's nothing you can do by acting from within their story, maybe it's time to take things into your own hands. Hold on. Enter. But I wanted the last one. Hold on. Let's see. I wanted to play. The underling's burning. Okay. Choose another role. You boldly insert yourself into the story and use your incredible power to warp everyone to safety. You didn't know you could do that, but what's going on here? You take a moment to get a good look at yourself. You are you. Why are you pitch black? You feel like this body doesn't accurately represent you, but you move past it. The hero, maiden, underling, and overlord have been staring at you too. They look like they don't really know what they're supposed to do right now. You guess that's because you're usually the one guiding them. What will you say to them? I've come to save you. You explain to the group that you've witnessed their many terrible intertwining fates, and now you're searching for a good ending. Of course, this makes no sense to any of them. Only the maiden understands your compassion. Sorry, I'm trying to record TikTok. I gotcha. My prayers have been answered. You must be her god? No, you're merely the player. If there was any god here, that'd be the final boss. That's just how these role-playing games go. Now you realize the real true ending must be now. Enough of this. I admit I've been encouraging you all along, but a self-insert story? How passe. You watch helplessly as tragedy descends from the heavens. Let's see. From my GF2. Oh, nice. You didn't honestly believe you were the only one who could force your way onto the stage, did you? I am the narrator, storyteller, god of this world. Call me Tragedy if you like. Darkness enveloped your party. You don't mind if I send each of them back to relive one of their many bad endings, right? You are alone in the darkness with me, Tragedy. I sincerely hope you've been enjoying your time in my theater. Though I can't abide you stealing the show without permission. That's quite disrespectful. I'm sick of all these bad endings. Then frankly, you should have never come to the place called the Bad End Theater. Haven't we already been over this? You think defeating me might just be the only way to see a better ending? It's all that's left for you, isn't it? Well, this does sound like it could be entertaining. Show me what you got. Time to fight God. The stage is set for your final battle against me, the god of this world. What will you do? How will you fight against tragedy itself? I'd love to see it. Defend. You try closing off your heart to protect yourself, but it doesn't make you feel any better. Oh, is that all? You'll never defeat me like that. Wait, let me try again. Attack. You try your best to tear me down, but you can't seem to do any damage. You don't truly exist in this world, after all. Perhaps you don't understand just how outclassed you are here. Behold, my beautiful tragic tales. Doesn't seeing them all again make your heart ache? You've witnessed 40 of my painstaking crafting endings. Your heart does indeed ache for these characters. How could you want to put an end to all this? Do you truly care for them that much? They're still suffering backstage, you know. It's a shame they couldn't make it here, to the end of the world. That's right, you came here to save them. You can't do this alone. Summon. You find the hero in his home, hunched over a sewing table. Your sudden intrusion scares the hell out of the poor guy. Are you some kind of demon? You explain that no, you're not a demon. How can you explain it in a way a hero can understand? Instead, you ask what he's sewing. Oh, this? I craft all my own hero gear. You sense his pride in his hobby. You wonder if the costumes are what attracted him to the role of hero. Would you like some clothes? You don't seem to be wearing any. You remember the state of your body and decide that yes, some clothes from the hero would be nice. He's overjoyed by your answer. Apparently his outfits are too gaudy for the other townsfolk, so no one wants them. The true end for this hero suddenly becomes clear. You offer to change his fate. I could make a living as a tailor rather than a hero? Please, tell me what I could do to reach that dream. The hero will now fight alongside you. I agreed to follow you, but I didn't expect to face something like this. The hero has arrived. We really couldn't have a final boss battle without him. You're the one who's willing to kill us, murderer. I can't truly call myself a hero until I see you defeated. Whoa, we'll see about that. Tragedy attacks with a terrible fate. Ow, my feelings. Willpower. Your reign of terror ends here, tragedy. I refuse to give in. The hero uses his willpower to overcome tragedy. Tragedy is reeling. Justice. The hero tries using his belief in justice to fight tragedy. That justice applies to you too, doesn't it? How will you pay for your own misdeeds? Oh no. Ow. Summon. You happen to find the maiden as she exits the church, her heart set on meeting a demon. Perfect timing. She approaches you, having already taken notice to your odd form. Excuse me, are you a traveler? I've never seen anyone like you here before. You explain that no, you're not a traveler. Well, maybe you are, in a sense. You've come all this way. The maiden regards you with excited curiosity. Then perhaps you might be a demon? I was hoping I would meet one today. There we go. You think about the terrible fates that hope would bring about. She is the catalyst of the story, after all. My role as a maiden is to be captured by an overlord. But you see, I've grown so tired of waiting. Remember this part. She wanted to understand her role better, so... You ask what it is she really hoping to gain from this. The maiden is confused by her question. Perhaps it was simply a wanting to reach the place she felt like she belonged. The true ending for this maiden suddenly became clear. You offer to change her fate. If there's something I can do to find fulfillment, then please guide me. The maiden will now fight alongside you. What is that horrible creature? You wound me, dear maiden. Is tragedy really such a terrible thing to behold? I remember now. I remember all the awful things you put us through. Then this should be familiar to you as well. Tragedy attacks with a terrible fate. Oof. Ow, my feelings. Let's see, kindness. The maiden tries to appeal to tragedy with kindness. So naive. I'll balance your kindness with my cruelty. Ow, my feelings. Hope. Our true ending does exist. They simply must. The maiden hopes with all her heart to overcome tragedy. Tragedy is reeling. Summon. You approach the gates of the Overlord's castle. The underling is on guard duty, as you'd expected. They call out to you. The other demon guard is sound asleep. Hey, you're a pretty weird-looking intruder. What do you want? You explain that no, you're not an intruder, although you're definitely intruding into their story right now. You tell the underling you've come to save them from tragedy. Okay, try saving me from boredom first. I hate this job. The underling snickers. You ask what kind of job they'd rather have. It'd be best if I didn't work at all. I just want to live a carefree life and never get bossed around or picked on. You think of the underling's friends who had bullied them into an assassination plot only to betray them in the end. If they kept better company, maybe they wouldn't feel so restless. The true ending for this underling suddenly becomes clear. You offer to change their fate. So there's a way that even work can be fun? Sounds fake, but I'll tag along with you just in case. The underling will now fight alongside you. Wait, what the fuck? You didn't say anything about a boss battle. The underling, huh? You must be desperate to call on such an unreliable ally. Huh, if I beat up this guy, all my problems will be over. Oh, but it won't be that easy. Tragedy attacks with a terrible fate. Ow. Mischief. The underling tries to evade tragedy through mischievous means. You're so fun. Would you like a reminder of where that mischief will lead you? Ow, my feelings. Knock me down or I'll just come back stronger. The underling used their tenacity to overcome tragedy. Tragedy is reeling. So it is like a thing. You enter the Overlord's room, relieved to see the fire contained to the torches on the wall. When you close the door behind you, the Overlord rises from her slumber. Who are you? Have you come to reside in my castle and serve me? You explain that no, you're not here to serve her. It's more like you come to do her a favor. You ask why she spends all her days sleeping inside instead of commanding her demon army. She laughs in response. Many of my underlings certainly think I should be more aggressive with the humans, like my father before me. His quest for revenge was endless and self-perpetuating. There's a reason I had to destroy him. You can't help but think it's a little late in the game to be getting some new backstory. I have no interest in waging war on the humans. I merely wish to be left alone, to live a peaceful, indulgent life in my castle. You realize she must actually be very lonely, only surrounded by soldiers instead of friends. No wonder she got so attached to the maiden. The true ending for the Overlord suddenly became clear. You offer to change her fate. My own attempts to that peace have been rather imperfect. If you offer a solution, then very well. I will follow you. The Overlord will now fight alongside you. I see. So this is tragedy. Ah, you've brought the Overlord. I don't stand a chance now. You've prevented me from attaining peace for so long. For long enough. Prepared to die. Ha ha ha. I hope you're prepared to face your deaths as well. Tragedy attacks with a terrible fate. Which one? Oof. Ha ha ha. Now that the whole party's here, can you solve my final puzzle? Which combination of behavior will open the path to your true ending? Show me. Ambition. I'll reach my true ending with my own power. The Overlord uses her ambitious nature to overcome tragedy. This is it. With everyone's hearts united, you take aim towards your best possible futures. You all unleash one final attack to destroy tragedy once and for all. Ha! Ha ha ha! You've done it! You managed to defeat me! A tragic ending for tragedy itself. I love it. I must thank you all for fulfilling your roles perfectly. Thank you, hero. Thank you, maiden. Thank you, underling. Thank you, Overlord. Enough of this nonsense. We defeated you, so die already. Don't worry, I'll be making my exit shortly. Finally, thank you for most of all. We couldn't have made it here without you. Yes, my bad end theater did contain a truly good end after all. I apologize for agonizing you for so long. I wanted to deliver a satisfying story. Was I able to do it? I wonder. No. Well, I did my best. Happy endings shouldn't be always come easy. Reality is not so kind. But you've earned this one. Here's your true ending. But I know... But... I didn't collect all the pieces for the page. Will I get a chance to fight them again? Ooh, nice song. Aww. Your true end. That's cute. Exit the theater. But I'm not done. Hold on. Oh, so you weren't done with my bad endings, and now you're back for more. You'll have to cancel out your true ending if you want to go back to the way things were before our final battle. Shall we begin resetting the process? You don't want to play after all? Well, alright. I'll be waiting here in case you change your mind. Wait, did it mean all my progress? Oh, I didn't get the last page. I'm gonna cry. If you missed out on seeing all the 41 bad endings, you can keep your progress and reset to before you... Yes, please! Or erase all your progress and play the game for the first time, and you'll have to collect everything all over again. You can't take this back, so choose carefully. Reset before the true end. Your progress has been reset. You are now free to enjoy the rest of my bad endings. Okay. Because I didn't get the last one. And I'm so sad. Yeah, I didn't get, let's see. So be all this, merciful, not this, obedient, not this, diplomatic, and trusting. There we go. Okay, skip, skip, skip. Wait, shit. No. My bad. I didn't put her as the... She ran off without the hero, so I didn't get the... This. There we go. Now let's play the underling. Skip. 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 A tear surprise the Overlord spares you. Or maybe she'd rather see you suffer instead, looking around. You've just gone from one dead end to another. The maiden is crying, the hero is silent. You all burn together. Okay, there. Jesus. Underling true ending. A letter flutters down from beyond the curtain. You found lost letter number 3. Reset the stage. Alright, let's see. My love, it just isn't fair at all, is it? For them to force us apart like this, it's unreasonable, cruel. I had to find an outlet for this grief somehow. So I decided to write, and I'll keep writing until the day you find me once more, and then maybe we could write a story together. I'm waiting for that day. Forever yours, Tragedy. My love, I finally fulfilled a childhood dream of mine. Yes, that's right, I opened up my very own theater. You'll be so proud. If you could only see it, I know how much it would have meant to you. To be at my side on opening night. I'm sorry for going ahead without you. But I thought, if my theater could become world famous, then maybe you just might hear of it. Wherever you are, forever yours, Tragedy. My love, I've been feeling a little depressed lately. Many patrons have come to my theater, but none of them have stayed to experience every tale in its entirety. The critics haven't exactly been kind, but I understand. My stories aren't exactly crowd pleasers. Despite that, you've always listened to the very end. I'm grateful for that. Hope to see you again soon. Forever yours, Tragedy. My love, do you remember when we first met? I had just finished one of my scripts. One I was quite proud of, in fact. As you read it aloud, you happened to pass by. What a terrible ending, you said. Why should these poor fools have to die? You were so rude. You wouldn't accept any of my justifications. And yet, you managed to convince me. It really would be better if everyone could live in harmony, however unrealistic it felt. I look back on it that day fondly, even now. I wonder if, somewhere, you're thinking of it too. Forever yours, Tragedy. It can end like this. You want to answer the maiden's prayers. Okay, so I've already done this. I know there's a better ending if you get all the endings. Alright, skip. Come to save you. Skip. I'm sick of all these bad endings. Skip. Time to fight God. Okay. Skip. You're right. Perhaps you don't understand how class you are here. Behold, my beautiful tragic tales. Doesn't seeing all of them again make your heart ache? You witness all 41 of my painstakingly graphic endings. You must be as much of a masochist as me. I commend your thoroughness. Surely these characters have a special place in your heart. They're still suffering backstage, you know. It's a shame they couldn't make it here, to the end of the world. That's right, you came here to save them. So let me summon my hero. The hero has arrived. Ow, my feelings. The hero uses willpower. Yep. Okay. Hope. Skip. 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 Tenacity. Skip. Summon. Skip. Skip. Let's do ambition. Skip. Alright. Now. Let's see. Haha, you done it. Let's see. No. Well, I did my best. Happy endings shouldn't always come easy. That's okay, but you earned this one. Here's your true ending. Okay, now we can watch this again. But I think there's like one more thing. Ooh, looks neat.
It's been sitting there for a while.
Why?
I'm thinking.
Thinking? Okay.
Because originally this is its human form, but originally it's a giant mountain.
A mountain?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Oh, no, not a mountain. He's a cliff.
A cliff.
You know that giant cliff with a mouth that I painted a while back?
Oh.
That's him.
Oh. Oh.
Yeah. I gave him the human form. And then I gave him pronouns.
Nice. Oh, ooh, this is new. Nice.
You would not want to see inspiration.
Why is it nudes?
No.
Okay.
Something worse.
Something's missing. Ooh, here we go. This is why I want to get back and do the last one. Oh, you're still here? The curtain is closed for the final time. I'm shutting down my theater. There are no more tragedies left for me to tell, after all. That's Tragedy's story. Me? You'd like to know why I started this theater? Haha. Because I'm obsessed with bad endings, of course. Remove the mask. You gently raise your fingers to the cracks of my mask. Piece by piece, it falls apart in your hands, revealing... I should have warned you. This might affect what you think of my stories. You can't help but compare my face to the maidens. I'm not her, but it's not like she isn't me, necessarily. That's how it is with fiction. I get it. Would you like to hear another ending, but the truth? Tell me. Alright, one last story. You may already know this, but it doesn't have a happy ending. First, I'll set the stage. In my world, there's no such thing as demons, or even heroes, really. There was a girl eager to set out to fulfill some sort of destiny. That part was true. She met someone, another girl. A running theme, isn't it? The maiden and the overlord. The two were inseparable, and for a time, everything was wonderful. But their families, the community they came from, neither could approve of their relationship. That is the reality for many. This pair was no different. Despite their best efforts, the world was intent on pulling them apart. We used to like all types of stories, where love conquers all, where the strength of your love will pull you through any hardships and everything is okay in the end. I lost her. And then I started this theater. But the story... Huh? Oh my god! I was hoping to find you. It's you! It's been so long. I thought I'd never see you again. You always think of the worst endings. I wasn't about to give up just because things got difficult. Why didn't you reveal yourself sooner? I feel like such a fool. I could say the same for you. I knew I could never resist giving you stories with a happy ending, so of course I would be drawn to a place like this. Yes, but I didn't think it would actually work. Sometimes everything does turn out okay in the end. Thank you for reminding me that. I love you. I love you too. Now, truly, everyone can live happily ever after. Tragedies end. Woo! And they were gay!
The inspiration I'm looking at, you would find it horrifying, honey.
Woof. Alright, everybody. I'ma call it quits for tonight. I just wanted to play through this game. Because I knew it was going to take a while, but it wasn't going to take too long to where it was going to require multiple days. Well, maybe it would have. I mean, we did go on for like 2 hours, so. Yeah. I hope you guys have a good day, night, wherever you're having it. Oh, I'm going to be releasing a new YouTube video soon, so. Yeah. Be sure to look out for that. YouTube link is on my profile page somewhere on Twitch. Or just somewhere in general. So yeah, see you guys around.